a professional hunter needs is a great pair of binoculars. And this is what I use. Everybody can use what they want, but this is going to be about shooting, about how to kill dangerous game dead at your feet. So I want small binoculars of the highest quality that money can buy. And of course, where do you wear your binoculars when you're facing death? Underneath the shoulder of your non-shooting arm. Remember that. This is all about hunting, this is all about shooting, and this I'm going to tell you from my heart to you. So if you want to know how Mark Sullivan hunts, pay attention. Now, here's my ammo belt. You'll notice I don't have a lot of junk on it. I've got my bullets, I have a GPS. I used to carry a big knife, a flashlight, a Leatherman kind of a tool, and maybe other junk. Knife sharpener. But you know what? All that stuff adds weight. And I found out over 20-some years in the business that I wasn't using this stuff anyway. So why would I want to add another 4 or 5 pounds worth of junk on my ammo belt when I never use the stuff? So this is what Sullivan uses. What I use are my bullets, and that's just about it. And so when I put this baby on, I'm ready to go. And I put the bullets right up in the front because you know what? That's what bullets do. And you want it to slide. My GPS I put on the back. My bullets are slid in the front. They move around. If I have to move quickly, I can put it in the back and I can run because you don't want this thing bouncing in front of you. In the front, this is how you access your bullets. Right here, no other place. This is how it works. Now, before I go into battle, I pop up, I thumb up. You see how you put up these cartridges? You thumb them up one at a time. You thumb them up and you make sure they don't stick in your ammo carry because leather produces all kinds of little stuff. It gets in there and it starts to collect. So I clean off every bullet to make sure it is a good and functioning bullet. Before I go into battle, I want to control the things that I can control because you know what? There are a lot of things out there that I cannot control. Now my gun and my last bullet, clean it off because this is how we do it out here. I want to know that when I enter the field of battle, that I have done everything in my power to protect myself. And should I die, I don't care. You know why? Because I know that I'm mentally prepared, I'm physically prepared, I've controlled all the things that I can control. What I can't control is the animal. But here's one of the things I can control. Right here is my gun. You haven't seen this before from me, so it needs explanation. This is the brand new Mark Sullivan designed Heim best quality side lock 577 rifle. This gun is absolutely beautifully designed to my specifications. So you want to know what Sullivan is using? Well, this is what Sullivan is using. Just look at how beautiful that gun is. It weighs 12.5 pounds. It is a work of art. Also, you'll notice my name is engraved on the barrels. You know what? I put a lot of miles in to get that name on there, so it means something to me. We've got a top extended tang, bottom tang, side lock. The dimensions are all my dimensions. Remember, the butt of a recoil pad should have a certain dimension. It should be 5.5 inches long by 1 3/4 inches wide. The gun is fabulous. The rear sight, you could see how flat it is. It's not deeply cut V. Very easy to find your target. The front sight, look at how big and wide and shiny that guy is. Remember, in a fight, front sight. Now we're going to talk about that a lot. Remember, in a fight, front sight. When I walk up to these Cape Buffalo and Rogue Bull Hippo, I am picking a fight. Okay? This is not by luck or by chance these animals are charging me. I pick a fight. In a fight, front sight, which is to say that when that animal charges, I find my front sight and I put that front sight on the target and I shoot him dead. Okay, now, you've seen the movies, you know what I do. Let me tell you how I do it and what you need to do it like me. You see my belt, you see my binoculars. The binoculars are always put away underneath the arm of the non-shooting shoulder. My shooting shoulder, the binoculars are here. I never wear a binocular bra. That's where the binoculars are placed on elastic in the center of your chest. You show me a guy that wears his binoculars here in the center of his chest, and I will show you a guy that has no inclination whatsoever to walk up and do battle with Africa's most dangerous game. And that's fine. I don't care if he does or he doesn't, but you can't shoot charging beasts with your binoculars here. Now, this gun of mine, the new Heim, made to my specifications, and of course, if you want to call Heim and ask Heim to build you the Mark Sullivan rifle, they will gladly do so. Now, how do you shoot well? What do you think about? What are the elements of good shooting? Okay, we'll start right now. The safety. This is a fabulous safety. I designed it in the Heim shop. It is made exactly to my specifications because I spent 6 hours making this guy. When the gun is thrown to your shoulder, this is where the safety is flicked off, right here, and brought to your shoulder. When you're in the shooting position, your gun is always in the fire position. At no time do you find yourself shouldering the gun only to find the gun won't fire because it's on safe. Never. There's only one place, and one place only, that you take off the safety. You never take it off now and cheat here at waist level. You never do that. You never say, oh boy, I'm gonna cheat, flick it off safety. Now you've got a loaded gun. Never. When that gun, when you're ready to shoulder that gun, and you throw that gun up, boom, right here, off safe, shoulder the gun, and now you're ready to shoot. As soon as you have fired your shot, and your shots are fired, and you want to bring the gun down, safety is back engaged. There is no exception to the rules. I have a rule out here. My rule is don't break the rules. You set rules and you live by them. For better or for worse, I don't care. You set rules and you live by them. Now, when you're carrying a gun, here's how you carry it. Your shooting finger is on the trigger guard. You never put your finger on the triggers until you've got the safety off, the gun is shouldered, now your finger is on the trigger. Otherwise, it's never on the trigger, it's on the trigger guard. So, here's how you carry it. The barrels are always down. The butt of the gun rests underneath your arm, so you can carry the gun like this. Your fingers are cupped underneath the pistol grip. They are put right underneath your breast. You'll find it, you got one. And then the butt of the gun is resting underneath your arm. And so you can walk around holding the gun one way. Now for support, you take your left hand and you bring it and you hold it. Now you're in control. Now you're in control, but your shooting finger, your trigger finger is always on the trigger guard. Your thumb, which operates the safety, is resting on your person. Okay? You want to rest it. You don't want to be walking around with your thumb in this position ready to push forward, because after some point in time, your thumb's going to get so tired, you won't even be able to work the action or the safety. So you're in this position right here. And this is how you look for dangerous game. This is how you walk up to dangerous game. This is how you do it. From this position, you can go anywhere. This is what it looks like. This is how it is. And it's pretty cool, because does a buffalo charge from the sky or does a buffalo charge from the ground? Why would you carry your gun in this position, as an example? Well, you get tired. If you're going to carry your gun like this, after some point in time, your arms are going to be so tired, they won't even be able to support the rifle. So when it comes time to shoot, look at the position of the barrels. That means you got to put the gun up. The barrels are still climbing. Then you got to bring them down. Why would anybody do that? You never carry your gun like this, looking for a dangerous game animal. You never do. This is ridiculous. This is not the way a gun is carried, because you can't use it. You got to throw the gun out. The barrels are high. You got to bring it in, and then you got to drop the barrels to your target. Instead, why don't we make this a little easy? We're here in the perfect position. The buffalo comes. You just simply push forward the barrels because they're already low. They're coming from a low position. The safety is flicked off. Now you're in line and you shoot and you kill the charging beast. Now that is pretty simple, but it's all common sense. You know, we're not rocket scientists out here. We're not splitting the atom. I split enough of those back home. Out here we have fun, but to have fun you have to live. And of course there's an old saying out here that every man dies, but not every man lives. I'll tell you right now, when Mark Sullivan is out here hunting dangerous game in the thick stuff, following that blood, I'm living. I'm living large. I'm living my dream, and it is absolutely fabulous. No apologies. I love what I do, and I enjoy sharing what I know with other folks. Many of you know that I've been doing this now. This is my 23rd year out here, and I take chances, plenty of chances. Many would argue I take too many chances, and very much unnecessary ones at that. Well, I certainly agree. I am guilty of all of the above, but for me to live my life well, I need to take chances. So why do I do it? Because I like the competition. This is really one of those great sports where you can be as brave or as cowardly as you wish. Nobody will know but you and maybe the people that you're with. But for me, man, when I've got a wounded buffalo out on a parade ground like this, why would you not want to walk up and let that buffalo decide how he's going to die? But to do that, you got to have your mind straight. You got to know how to walk up. You've got to know how to carry your gun. You got to know what to do with your safety, thank you very much. You can't do this with a bolt action rifle. So if you're using a bolt action rifle to slay the dragon, that dragon's going to eat your lunch, because the only gun that is suitable for this kind of work is a great quality double rifle such as I have here now. In my opinion, I've been doing this for a long time. I've used so many great rifles. You've seen them in my movies. But I'm telling you right now, this rifle, designed to my specifications, as it is right now, is the finest dangerous game hunting rifle I have ever owned in my life or ever will. This is a fabulous gun for which I am honored to have. Anyway, enough of that, but I'm telling you, fabulous gun, opens and easy. Look at this. I mean, how about that, guys? Man, I'm telling you. So, triggers, trigger control, see the target, aim, follow, shoot, walk up. And why do I wait until that buffalo gets to 10 feet? Here's this little bush right here. That's about 10 feet away, okay? Right about there. Now that buffalo may charge from that distant tree, but I'm not going to shoot him early. I'm not going to shoot him when he's way out there because it's too darn far. Because if I go bang, bang and he's out there and I don't kill him, how am I going to reload in time to kill him before he kills me? No, 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 no. What I want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is this. I'm going to let that guy charge me, and I'm going to wait until he gets to that bush, and then I am going to shoot him dead because that's what I have in my mind. It's one of my rules. Remember, don't break the rules. In a fight, front sight. I put that sight on him, I wait, and of course, let's talk about this. Buffalo, your line of sight across your barrels is a straight line. It's a straight line. It has to be. It's like a laser. But as the buffalo charges, his head, because he's galloping high and low, high and low, his head will raise above your line of sight and he will fall below your line of sight. So shooting a charging buffalo is all about timing. That buffalo is coming at you, head raising up and down as he gallops towards you. So what you want to do is to time your shot so you shoot him when his head is coming down across your line of sight, because that is the only time that you can then see his brain above your barrels, because otherwise his head is below the barrels when he's coming up, so you can't shoot what you can't see. So only when he's coming down and you have full view do you then shoot him. But you don't follow his head up and down, up and down, up and down, because there's no way you can do that. You hold your barrels flat, your front sight on the face of the buffalo, on the face of the hippo. You wait until he gets to that 10-foot barrier, and then you smoke him. You shoot him and you hit him with everything you've got. Now a hippo, he doesn't gallop, he trots. So his brain comes at you in a straight line, okay? But a buffalo, he goes up and down, up and down. A charging Cape buffalo is one of the most difficult targets to hit, because you got a brain about the size of an orange, small brain on a head that's moving up and down, and at an animal that is running very fast to come and kill you. Now you try to shoot that little orange. As that head is moving up and down, as that buffalo is coming 30, 35 miles an hour at you through whatever country he's coming at you, that's a tough shot. If you think you can make that shot, come on out and join me, because I'm telling you, that, my friends, is a tough shot. And if you want to try it, give me a call. I'll do it with you. Much has been said about the frequency of buffalo charging. By that I mean, there are people out there that will tell you that buffalo charge all the time. Well, you know, I'm a pretty truthful guy. I like to joke and be as big an idiot as anybody. If you come around the campfire, we laugh all night long. But there are moments to be serious. And when those moments are out there, then I'm serious. The rest of the time, I'm a complete idiot. And people that know me realize it, including myself all of the time. But I recently watched a movie that was produced just recently, wherein the guy, a very, very well-known, highly recognized authority on dangerous game, said in this movie words to this effect: that certainly, absolutely, almost all wounded buffalo charge. I mean, words like that. Well, that would indicate to a guy like me, or to a guy like you watching this, that at least, if almost certainly, positively, absolutely, almost all wounded buffalo charge, you would have to assume then that 95 wounded buffalo out of 100 would charge. Well, I don't agree with those numbers whatsoever. I believe, through my years of experience and the over 600 buffalo that I have shot with clients, that 5 out of 100 will charge, not 95. So how is it that two people in the same business come up with totally different numbers. Well, who do you want to believe? I mean, if the buffalo charged 95% of the time, well, my gosh, who would go hunt buffalo? For one thing, everybody would be dead, secondly. So nobody would take you buffalo hunting. That's just simple logic. If you knew you had a 95% chance of being charged and probably dying, would you go hunt buffalo? No. So the numbers are much lower. They're my numbers. My numbers tell me that, hey, yes, when a buffalo charges, he's dangerous. But only 5 out of 100. That means 95 buffalo that I hunt don't charge, even when I walk up to them. You know I'm a walk-up kind of guy. And I got a buffalo standing, and I'm from here to the tree saying, okay, you want to kill me? Fine. Give it your best shot. Because I got 2 bullets that says I can kill you before you kill me. And yet those buffalo do not charge. Why? Because my numbers are correct and his numbers are wrong.